How do you feel about champagne with Thanksgiving? When we pick a wine that's going to be great with a dish, we think we do it because we're smart. We go through a process and we have various steps. Sometimes we're lucky. This wine is great with the dish. I'm going to talk to you about why. Hi, I'm Tracy Gardner, and this is Pairing Base. We're trying to find the wine you can serve at Thanksgiving dinner that makes people say, oh my God, that person there really knows what they're doing when it comes to food and wine pairing. We looked at a bunch of wines that the internet said would be great with the dish, and we found that they were not so great. We did our own process, and we found a wine that we love with the dish. And we'll talk to you about that and show you what's going on. The wine is a champagne. So here's the story. Thanksgiving dinner is tricky because there's so many different components on the plate. There's the turkey, there's the gravy, there's the stuffing, mashed potatoes, the vegetables, cranberry sauce. You have to make a decision about what you're pairing to. If we have that many elements on the plate, instead of trying to pair or just maximize for one element on the plate, we sort of zoom out to kind of a general sense of the plate. There are a few wines that come to mind when something is going to pair well with a general or wide variety of dishes. One of those wines is champagne, not just any old champagne. Champagne itself, is a blend of different grapes. Some of them are red grapes, some are white grapes. It can have more flavor. This wine is a Blanc de Blanc champagne, which is just Chardonnay. We chose that because we knew it was going to have a cleaner finish. It was going to be a cleaner wine, less likely to interfere with any of the taste on the dish. Blanc de Blanc is what makes this champagne different. One other thing, in all of our research, we found out that there are at least two different kinds of pairing experiences people like. One kind of experience is one where the dish goes, it gets you going in a good place, take a sip of the wine, it keeps that good thing going. And it's really sort of a continuation of the food experience. That's kind of the obvious pairing that people think of. We saw another experience is one where you just clean the slate. You just wipe the chalkboard clean, but do it in a pleasing and beautiful way. We thought that given that there's so many different flavors on the plate, a great experience could be that kind of palate cleansing, blackboard erasing experience. And nothing is going to do that better than a Blanc de Blanc champagne. The fact that the wine itself is clean, refreshes the palate. The fact that there are bubbles helps lift the weight off the palate and cleanse the mouth. The fact that it's high acidity, again, is going to give you that lifting and cleansing aspect. Blanc de Blanc champagne is a winner with this dish. I'll take you through what's going on though. I talked before about the dish. The dish is not highly flavored, but it is very weighty. It does leave a lot in your mouth. You want that lifted. One other thing I should mention, Pierre Peter's champagne, specifically Pierre Peter's Blanc de Blanc. This is the champagne that wine insiders, consumers and industry people love to love. So if you show up at the dinner party with this, people that know their wine, but industry people or not, are definitely gonna give you the nod and go, you kind of know what's going on. So let me give that a taste, see what's happening. Nice aroma. Here, the bubbles are in the forefront. Sometimes you have bubbles that are soft and subtle. Sometimes you have bubbles that are much more in the forefront and bigger. I want to say aggressive, but I don't mean aggressive in a bad way, kind of assertive. The champagne's kind of making a nice entrance. Those bubbles will come in very handy later with the dish, and I'll talk about that soon. But also, the flavor is just on the knife edge of neutral and interesting. It's interesting enough to make you go, there's something special about this wine. This is a good wine. I can see this would be good with the dish because of the high acidity, because of the assertive bubbles, and because of the neutral nature of the aromas of the taste. Let's get in here and see what happens. With everything on this fork, it's a great tasting bite of Thanksgiving dinner. So, the great thing about this wine, the first thing that happens when you put it in your mouth, you get those bubbles coming in. And really, when Irene and I tasted this wine with the dish, we talked about how the bubbles did a great job of cleansing the food residual and cleansing the palate. And we call them sort of scrubbing bubbles, like the cleanser. But when they come in right away, and they do lift that way, they cleanse your mouth really well. And this dish, because everything here is kind of so sticky, you really need that. It's just a great wine for that reason. It's just nice and neutral and palate cleansing. But again, interesting enough to say, I'm not drinking nothing, I'm not drinking seltzer, I could drink this wine with this dish all day long because it's so light, it's so refreshing. It's adding so much to the experience, and what's really adding is refreshing your palate from the weighty, heavy experience of this dish, but doing it in a beautiful way. This is the pairing we love, the Pierre Peter's Champagne Blanc de Blanc. This is, I must warn you, this is about $55 a bottle, which some might find pricey. For Thanksgiving dinner, some people will want to or will try to get you to spend a whole lot more. You don't need to. And maybe because the champagne itself is so rich, the bottle will last longer. But I think this is a great experience. Check out the links in the video so you can go to Wine Searcher and find out where you can buy this wine near you. Because I really think this is a great experience. I think you'll love it. Thanks a lot for watching. Check out the other videos we did for Thanksgiving dinner though. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks a ton.